Yo, what's up guys, Nakama here, and back again with Yu-Gi-Oh! This time I would like to introduce you all to the LDF tournament that has happened previously, very long ago, probably a year ago, but I really want to record all the replays for you guys simply because it was such a fun experience. I am going to show you some of the interesting gameplay that happened before in the free for all around. What happens in the LDF tournament is that in the free for all around, all participants are able to choose whoever participant they want to duel and duel them, and each participant must duel 4 different people. After that, all the people who finish their 4 duels are ranked, and in those rankings, whoever has the highest score, the top 4 people who has the highest score, will enter the final 4. And this is one of the duels that happened in the free for all round. Anov versus LQ Gatorade. LQ Gatorade is the Rex player, and the Anov is the Yami Yugi player. Now, the interesting thing about the LDF format that I created and my friends participated in is that we create sets based on anime characters. I mean, I stopped doing that now. The new LDF format is going to be very different. Link to my Discord is in the description. And as you can see, the power level of this format is, usually very low. Anaf is getting a beating because, Anaf deck is very centered around Kuribos, and I don't think it's very strong. He's getting punished a lot. And yeah, the first game was very fast. Second game, I think something more interesting happened. And about the character sets is that, for example, the reason why the characters are, the people are using so many different cards is because depending on which character you chose, you're only locked into that set. So if let's say if you want to play dinosaurs, you can only play those dinosaurs from that character set. There are some common cards, but yeah. For example, Yami Yugi can splash in dinosaurs. However, I got a very lucky draw with that Dark Magician. One of the best cards of Yami Yugi that was in the format at the time. Again, it's really nice spell mining circle, so they won't be able to attack the Dark Magician. Now they can just change it back and attack. Again, Anaf was very close to losing. I mean, he did sacrifice a lot of life points, but he is on the lead now. And a lot of brick he had, but the Dark Magician putting in some work. Yeah, that Dark Magic attack was very on point. Wow, sacrificing the Dark Magician. Oh, I see. That's why he did it that way. Very cool. Again, something as bricky as Sage Stone could be very useful and powerful in this format. Golden rule of alternative formats is that it has to be fun. It has to provide a different perspective than the TCG. And again, very goldish as you can see, but there's still some tactics involved. It's real dope. And just using Heat Wave to... But I don't think it worked out very well, those Heat Waves. But thank God, DD Warrior is one of the best removals in the format. Yeah, he doesn't have a monster, so he just used Heat Wave to stall a little. But unfortunately, I think Heat Wave is that great of a card. You can just set your own monster and gain tempo. And LQ Gatrod is in a really rough position, but he drew Rex. Rex is very strong. Oh, he doesn't search from apprentice. Maybe all of these are apprentice. Yeah, probably. And destroys. Dark Magician Girl attacks. Summons Rex again to protect himself. Very fun, very interesting. And again, they drew the tribute. And a giant Rex is so strong. It's crazy. And drawing on those, working on those Kuribos. Probably why Kuribo isn't that great of a card. But you know, he's gonna take it. He's only going to use this lifeline. Unfortunately, he keeps on bricking. Again, his Yami Yugi build is very bricky. I understand. Unfortunately, no spellcasters. Rhinosaurus, normal summon get Rhinosaurus attack. Use Kuribo to defend themselves. And they only have, only have one draw. Yeah, unfortunately, all the bricks of Dark Magicians are finally coming to an end, coming to bite him. And as you can see, LQ Get Road has won. Out of deck did show what it can do in the second duel, but unfortunately, it was a little too bricky for it to have consistent wins. Next duel I want to show you guys is my duel against the hero player, Pirate 123, and I was piloting Yamiyuki, a less risky build, I would say. And I use magnetic field, and I set my gamma. And if you read this card is really strong. It's basically bounces the opponent's monsters if that opponent's monster doesn't die after battling my magnetic warriors. And I think Pirate is getting a bit tricky, but they managed to successfully destroy the field spell. And holy shit, that mallet was really strong. Yeah, but unfortunately, I think their newest fusion might not be great because it's going to return to the graveyard, return back to the extra deck pretty soon enough. But you know, they use Neo's fusion. Maybe I was being a little too greedy there, destroying. But yeah, you know, it's not the worst thing ever. I knew at the time. I think I even knew that there might have been a misplay, but I don't care. I just wanted to get on aggressive there, and thankfully I did through it. Maybe I should have saved it. I don't know, but you know, I'm going. No, I don't want to wait. I'm just going to. They bricked, so I'm going to deal as much damage as possible, and it's working. They only have 22 life points in game 1. And I think they killed some Sparkman, but I think, yeah, they probably just realized they were lost. So it was a very quick game 1. I was very aggressive, mind you. So game 2, I drew into Mahat, which is kind of sad, but yeah, the opponent is using Eam, which is called Get a Clayman. Wild Heart, unfortunately, isn't big enough to get over a Skeleton White Magician. I use my Dark Magic Curtain to summon Dark Magician, and you guys saw how strong this card can be. It's very strong. Fortunately for my opponent, they drew the poly and they had the right cards. And also, Neo's Knight is such a strong card in this format. One of the best removals, I would say. Again, I put Neo's, I prohibited Neo's, and I also outed Neo's Knight. Thankfully, Neo's Knight doesn't deal damage. Otherwise, I will be in a very difficult spot. But my opponent is gaining a lot of life points, and they successfully managed to destroy my prohibition because of our righteous justice. Yeah, and it exceeds into the Dino. I don't have much else I can do. Get my ass beat. And that 1000 damage and 800 is enough to do me it. And the next final game. So they set Wild Heart down. And I'm just too good. I just keep drawing Dark Magic Curtain. Beat him up. Let's go. Polymerization into Thunder Giant, but I don't think it's enough to take down Dark Magician. A little too late, a little less powerful. Dark Magician beat down, Rottweiler, Gisberg Polly, and Avian. Again, they can go for Flame Wingman or they can go for Rapper Blaster, which is very strong, but which could be strong, but you know. I had Magical Dimension, which is also a very good card in this format. I prohibit Miracle Fusion because that's one of the biggest things that can fuck me up. If they draw the Miracle Fusion, they can just fuse, and I'll be in trouble. But I pull down their defenses. I start beating up. Oh, Oversoul, not bad, but they can only get Clayman, unfortunately. Again, I still continue my beats. My opponent only has 1300 life points left. They draw out the fusion. Good game, I guess. Good game. Yeah, and this is also how I managed to enter the top 4, because this match was a decider between who will enter the top 4. Pirates or me. Now the next match I'm going to show is again LQ Quadrate versus Fairy, who's on Yugi mode. Yeah, it's different from Yami Yugi, and LQ Quadrate is still, you know, the Dino player. So this is again the free-for-all round. LQ Quadrate just, you know, sits on Giant Rex. Again, puts the Silent Magician here, Fairy. Is doing a good job. But, you know, Dino are really good at beat down such big monsters, as you can see. I don't know why they used Dimension Molder. I don't think they understood it. It's only damage. It doesn't protect from destruction. That might have been a huge misplay there. But, you know, Martial Macaroons are very good defensive tools. They finally got their Silent Magician, but unfortunately no spellcasters. They drew onto the gadgets. They keep on searching. Let's just get more dinos to beat down. Again, taking a lot of damage there, Fairy. And since they destroyed the monster, Jurok Dino can go to the graveyard. Wow, that was a really nice destruction. Can we go back? Oh yeah, of course, they used this to destroy. So they all, again, breaking on those gadgets. Going to Jurok Giganto to deal damage. They sit down their red gadget and pray that they won't die. Unfortunately, that's just not gonna happen. And again, they banish the Giant Rex, so Giant Rex comes back, and Fairy surrenders. The game 2 could go differently, and especially since our friend Fairy didn't break. They just sit down on this. Of course, thankfully, Fairy had a monster in their graveyard, but why didn't they just summon the Gillosaurus? I don't know. Silent Magician is a really strong card. Yugi's best ace monster. They turn Silent Magician to defense, and they bring out Silent Magician level 8. Martial Macaroon, again, very good defensive tool, but why did he put it in the attack position? Just to troll, yes, it doesn't really matter. It destroys the face down. Huh. Overworked. I guess this, at this point of time, it just works as a removal, so it's kind of a decent choice. But it doesn't really matter, since, you know, Fairy won. Silent Magician, a really good, strong card. Kind of rookie, but if you manage to put it down, it's gonna win you some games. And the final round, Gillosaurus, nice combo starter, and that's about it. They could have put Gillisaurus in attack position. I don't know why they didn't do that. Everything to attack position. Again, Fairy unfortunately is quite freaking hard. Get the green gadget. Destroy. Yeah, gadgets are unfortunately too small, and dinos are just beating it down. Unfortunately, Silent Magician is a little too slow, but hey, they managed to summon it. So they could just turn this around if they want to. But unfortunately, as you can see, DD Warrior, the opponent has it. So they can just ram into it. And finish the game. Oh wait, Wall Dimension, I almost forgot about that. So there's a very nice defensive tool. They get another gadget. They set it down. Shield and Spear. Use Shield and Spear to crash. But that's about it. Dinos are just too aggressive for old Yugi. Okay, a little bit of a confusion there. The game you just saw regarding Gertrude and Fairy, that was actually the semifinals. What happened is that Gertrude was one of the second most won game. The player who won the second most, and Fairy was the player who got the fourth place. So by the rule, the first place has to go play against fourth place, and the second place has to go play against the fourth place. And I need to play against Wanderer. So as you can see, it's Wanderer against me. I'm the fourth place player, and Wanderer is the unbeaten player who got the first place in the free-for-all. And they don't even need to fucking get Necro Valley. It's just something, oh yeah, I'm going to beat. And again, Love of the Chain is a card that's, yeah, it's actually in the format. But I think since we don't have much of a graveyard heavy effective cards, the first effect that places one card on top, one monster on top of your deck is actually much more important. So yeah, Wander's using it for that reason. I some beta beat over it. And they got Necro Valley. And they just beat with the Volvo Chain. And Descendant is a very strong card. Visionary, beat down. Visionary is so strong. Probably one of the reasons why Wanderer is winning with Gravekeepers. I have no choice but to play defensively, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. And yeah, there's this fast beatdown with 8,000 life points. I didn't really do much, honestly. The second game, since the spy, I active magnetic field. I also set, but again, I do got a good stuff. But Allure is really strong. Necro Valley. Descendant pops. Unfortunately, yeah, they just destroy all my stuff. Thankfully, I did. Oh wow, that dive summon was terrible. However, Consecrated Light is pretty good. Unfortunately, they just threw the out. Yeah, Consecrated Light would have stalled for a lot of time, but unfortunately, they just keep throwing the out. I finally managed to destroy the pesky Necro Valley. Temple of the Knights. They put my DD Warrior into back to my hand and start speeding me up. I only have 500 life points. Lavolvo Chain to put Spy on top. I set my DD Warrior, hoping. But unfortunately, this is also kind of a sort of a difficult thing to do, because they used Lavolvo Chain's effects fully. So now they have Serpent, a very strong card. On top, the Gravekeeper is really strong. I activate my magical dimension to summon this and destroy this. So hopefully my opponent bricks. Attack. I was really scared of Newdoria for some reason. And yeah, I was right, I'm just too good. They can't summon Newdoria, so I keep on beating. I could just take this game. Unfortunately, they drew Rite of Spirit, and they can activate the trap cards immediately. Yeah, and that's game. Unfortunately, Great Keeper is too good. And it's time for the finale. Fun fact, I just lied. This is not time for the finale. This is time for who gets to get the bronze medal fight between Fairy and me. So, first game. My friend Fairy is getting a little bricky, but they managed to get the gold shark to the silent magician. I attack with magical swordsman. They don't have any monsters, but they drew into Martian Macaroon, which is also, very good. I summon another magical magician, magical swordsman. Then I go into Lavologin. My intention was to get Top Deck Mahat. Again, this is also one of the best ways to use Lavologin in Yami Yugi, or in general, I think. Because Top Deck Mahat is really strong. They use their Silent Magician. I summon my Mahat in response. But they use Shield and Spear reinforcements to beat my Mahat, which is crazy. I did not expect that. But I had DD Warrior, so I still managed to beat Silent Magician. Some of the small Silent Magician, level 4. But I don't think they'll be able to do anything with it. They just set Dimension Wall. And I just go on the offensive here. And Fairy just surrendered. Maybe they could stall a little bit of Martian Macaroon, but I don't think so because Gamma, I think, no. I mean, they could have stalled a little bit. They will summon the Martian Macaroons, and I won't be able to attack directly. Maybe that might have been a premature giving up, especially since they drew Parallel Twister. They could have made a comeback. Let's see what happens in game 2. Hey, if you gave up, you gave up, man. Also, there isn't really anything that's worth giving up for. In modern Yu-Gi-Oh, people give up because they want to hide the information of their deck. But in the LDF, the format I'm running, this tournament is going on, that is not a real thing. Every deck list is revealed to the public in the tournament. Unfortunately, I just couldn't destroy all of the Martian Macaroons. But yeah, there's really no reason to give up. Summon 2 Martian Macaroons just to spite me. But I don't know. Oh, of course, they were planning to go into Hip Hoshinin game. That's why they did it that way. But unfortunately, they just forgot that Mahat is light. But, Silent Magician level 8 is strong. It's quite strong. They are bricking, but it doesn't really matter. Silent Magician level 8 just keeps on. It's just a big chunker, so it's going to destroy all my Dark Magician cards. Man, this is the ultimate Yami vs. Yugi game, huh? Silent Magician again, putting it up there. Using the gadgets to search. Attack. Beat down. Hip Hoshinin Gang is a really good card. But it still helps me, so I'm still clearing it out. I'm not going to give up. I go into Lavola Chain. Top Deck DD Warrior to out it. Which might have been quite a bit of a big brain move on my part, I guess. But yeah, I'm still getting my ass kicked. Still got my DD Warrior. But you know, I still can't really do anything. I could destroy this, but I'm pretty sure they'll be able to summon a monster. I'll already summon a monster that turn, I think. That's why you couldn't beat him in this round. So, final round. Let us go. Card Trader is also a decent card because every turn you just change your cards. I think the cards, some games might go a little too fast for Card Trader to be good. But unfortunately, they just twisted it at the right moment, which is really bad for me. But I use Magical Dimension to destroy the level 4 and attack directly. I'm putting on the pressure, but my opponent has DD Warrior, can't do anything about that. Fairy is still low on life points, though. I put Jar of Greed. Oh, and then get ashed, unfortunately. They set the Marsh Macaroon. I drew Mahad! I think Fairy was very pissed about that. I summoned Magical Warrior. I just keep on summoning all my strong monsters. Doesn't really matter if you summon 2 Marsh Macaroons. I'm just gonna beat over them. Top deck my DD Warrior. Yeah, they just gave up, realizing they can't win. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't give up, but you know, it's a nice victory. I get to get 3rd place, and Farah gets to get 4th place. And now, the finale match we've all been waiting for. Prohibition. Tyranno Infinity. Yeah, I don't think Wanderer knows what Jurassic World is doing. Why Tyranno Infinity? Huh? Maybe they just called wrong. But regardless, it turns the Jar of Greed into a instant draw, which is really strong. Yeah, no wonder Gravekeeper's OP, huh? But Visionary is still kind of crazy. Mystic Tomato into New Doria. Card Trader. Gravekeeper Spy into Descendant. Another Card Trader. But it doesn't really matter. They had Rite of Spirit. Visionary alone is enough to beat Gertrude down, I guess. Yeah, none of his monsters are big enough to take it down. And he didn't draw DD Warrior. Yeah, Gertrude just surrendered. Yeah, they surrendered way too prematurely. The reason is because Gertrude previously fought against Wanderer and lost 2-0. Let's see how the next game goes. Heat Wave to stop. Necro Valley. They just summon it again, and it doesn't really do much. They tribute someone and attack. Now this could lead them to victory. Unfortunately, they just drew the temple, and now they can use Jar of Greed like part of like a pot card. Yeah, New Doria destroys the tribute monster. New Doria is a really good removal too as well. Prohibition Frost Roars. It doesn't really matter, but Mystical Beast Circuit is also really strong. They just manage to summon this and they just beat over and get stronger. But, you know, Gertrude managed to draw the Warrior so they can finally get out it. But they won't be able to attack directly because of Giant Rex. And they bounce back. Not the Giant Rex, there isn't really no point in bouncing Giant Rex, I guess. And they managed to stick a Visionary, which might be the end for God Road. Because this card is broken. Some of the spy, yeah, they're not even playing safely. Gator just gave up after he saw the Visionary, I think. And that's about it. That's the finale match. A little bit disappointing because Gravekeepers are too busted. Yeah, it's kind of strange that none of us played Gravekeepers. As before the tournament started, some of us knew that Gravekeepers were really good. I even suggested banning certain Gravekeepers card, but unfortunately, people are saying, "Oh, it's too close to the tournament now." So a bit of a problem there, but it's fine, it's cool, and that was a really fun match, especially Fairy and my gameplay, which was really awesome. And that's about it. Hope you all enjoyed this video and have a great day.